Hello, everyone. This is Jay Dobbins of the Marvel DC Multiverse, and we're now episode 334, and I'll be discussing one topic, which is Kevin Feige confirms Daredevil casting in the MCU, and fans will be pumped. Obviously, the MCU found its man without fear. So, over the years, certain actors have grown to become synonymous with the Marvel character they were hired to play. Robert Downey Jr. is Tony Stark. Chris Evans has claimed the fabric of Steve Rogers. Some roles can get recast, like Edward Norton handing Hulk to Mark Ruffalo, or Don Cheadle replacing Terrence Howard. But many lay claim to their character, and that's final, of course. This is how many MCU fans feel about Charlie Cox and his portrayal of the blind attorney Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil. There has been calls to bring Cox over to the MCU and allow him to keep playing the man without fear. And it seems like Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige has been listening. The man behind the machine that is the MCU sat down with Cineblend recently and filled out questions about Daredevil and the character's potential in the MCU now that his Netflix show has run its course. It'd be a shame not to feature Daredevil in either a Marvel feature or a Disney Plus show. And we asked, and of course, they asked Kevin Feige what he thought about Charlie Cox being able to stay in the part. To our surprise, to their surprise, the usually convert Kevin Feige confirms that he did confirm the news that so many fans will want to hear when he told Cineblend, and I quote, "If you were to see Daredevil in upcoming things, Charlie Cox, yes, would be the actor playing Daredevil. Where we see that, how we see that, when we see that, remains to be seen." Kevin Feige still kept some cards close to his vest with regards to the future of Daredevil when it comes to a concrete timeline. But those who loved Charlie Cox's portrayal of the character can rejoice in knowing that he will return to Hell's Kitchen at some point and patrol the streets on behalf of the neighborhood's citizens. And in light of a number of shows that have been developing, bringing Daredevil over makes more sense than it might have when the Netflix show ran its course. So, for instance, Hawkeye on Disney Plus just introduced the character of Echo, a deaf warrior with connections to Wilson Fisk, aka the Kingpin. And Daredevil has been a consistent thorn in Fisk's side for decades in the comics. There have been rumors that Vincent D'Onofrio, also from the Netflix Daredevil show, is about to show up on Hawkeye, so pitting Cox against his former co-star is a natural progression. So if Marvel Studios only wanted to explore the legal aspects of Matt Murdock, who is as powerful in a courtroom as he is in a darkened alley, then Daredevil could be a natural fit on She-Hulk, another Disney Plus show that is in production now that will introduce audience to Jennifer Walters, Tatiana Maslany, yet another superpowered citizen who practices law. So why is this such a common thing at Marvel Comics over the, which has been in, so why was it such a common thing at Marvel Comics over the years? So I don't know, you might have to ask Stan Lee about that, but obviously that's not an option since he passed away, unfortunately. And same thing with John Kirby. But then again, you probably won't get that answer out of Frank Miller. Anyway, so Charlie Cox's take on Matt Murdock and Daredevil was incredibly popular with Marvel fans and an improvement over Ben Affleck's efforts in a doomed Daredevil movie that cast MCU rockstar Jon Favreau as Foggy Nelson. Which, in my opinion, I thought the movie was good, but I mean, they considered it doomed, not me, but just want to go on record on that. So, but anyway, we will see how many Netflix players follow Charlie Cox to the MCU if and when he arrives. According to Kevin Feige, it's happening, and we know that fans will be overjoyed. So that concludes this topic. Feel free to visit us and like us on Facebook. We're available on iTunes, Google Play Music app, Spotify, and of course YouTube.